Okay, let's look at Math Spiral Review 8. This is for Block 2. The first thing that you need to write up here is that it is due Friday, and I can't believe it. The first time we're writing it on a paper, October 1st. Okay, I need us to be at volume 0 unless we are raising our hand and asking a question. This says name. It might be a little confusing, so just go ahead and write your name there so you can find that. Okay, in the number sense column, the first 3 are rounding. The directions say to round the following numbers to the underlined place value. Okay, now I want to look at this one. Okay, we talked about it Monday. I posted the video on Canvas, and I still had multiple people miss this one. Why? What is different about rounding decimals compared to whole numbers? What is different? Colin. You don't change them to 0. So you should not have any digits in the hundredths place or the thousandths place. Your last digit should be in the tenths place. Okay? Okay. Then complete each question. Round to the underlined place value. Name the value of the underlined digit. Name the place value of the underlined digit. Let's go ahead and write the word place on that blank. Okay, what is the relationship between the 2 7s and the number? Note this direction. Write the value of each digit along with the relationship. Last week, some of you missed it because you did not tell me the value of each 7. Okay, that's easy. Don't miss it for not following directions. Okay, highlight that so you don't forget. Okay, today we're going to start talking about estimating. Okay, it says, addition, subtraction with estimates show all regrouping. Your estimating rules, you can go to your journal, which we're going to complete here in just a minute. If the numbers are the same length, round all the numbers to the highest place value. If they're the same length. If the numbers are different lengths, you round to the highest place value of the smallest number. Essentially, you have to round them both to the same place value column. So if they both have a 10,000th place, then you can round them both to the 10,000th place. But in this one, what's the highest place value that they both have? Eloise? No, this is 100,000s, but there's no 100,000s here. Thousands. Okay, I have to round them both to the same place value column. So if there's not a 10,000th digit or a 100,000th digit, I can't round to that column. Okay? Then we're going to talk about this word reasonable, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Well, I'll just go ahead and talk about it for a second. What does reasonable mean? What does reasonable mean? Will? Okay, close. Carter?
It makes sense.
That's exactly right. It makes sense. Is it sensible? Okay, is it logical? Okay, I can tell you right now, I can look at this number, 27,819 plus 38,381, and I can estimate that and tell you that the answer should be close to 70,000. So if I add those and I get something that's way different than 70,000, my answer is not reasonable. This is one of the main reasons that we estimate. We estimate so that we can determine if our answer is reasonable. Okay, it catches lots of errors. If we regroup incorrectly, let's say here I do 8 plus 7 is 15 and I forget to carry my 1. Well, that's going to change my answer by 10,000, isn't it? Okay, so that's using estimating can help me catch that error. That's a pretty big error, 10,000. Okay, so if we're going to round to the highest place value, How am I going to estimate these two numbers? What is this one? What's it going to round to? The nearest 10,000. Who can tell me? Olive? 30,000. You can underline, you can draw the arrow if you need to, but you have to show your estimating work. So it's 30,000 plus, what is this one going to round to?
48,000.
No?
30,000.
This one.
40,000.
Okay, you're not with me. This one, the bottom number. What will it round to? Raise your hand. Marin. 40,000. Okay, what is 30,000 plus 40,000? 70,000. Okay, so you need to show your estimate in the box. You can do this one down here for the subtraction. And then you need to actually come over here and add. Is that pretty close to 70,000? Is 66,200 pretty close to 70,000?
Yes.
Yeah, if I rounded that to the nearest 10,000, it would be 70,000. So that means my answer is reasonable. That doesn't mean for sure it's correct. I mean, let's say you added right here and you put a 9 here. Well, your answer wouldn't be correct, but it's still reasonable, right? So it's just one way to kind of check your work. Okay, look down here at the division. 66 divided by 7. We have been doing this a long time. Here we go. 4 times 9. Draw a model. How many groups should I have? 4. 4 groups. We have been talking about that, but I still have people who are just drawing 9 groups of 4. It needs to be 4 groups of 9. Okay, turn your paper over. Inequalities, look what it says. Change to common denominators. So you need to make this a fraction with what should be the denominator over here? If it's going to be common with this one, what should the denominator be? 10. What should your denominator be over here on this one? It's 8. You want it to have them to be in common or the same. Okay? So, you want to do one together? Which one? Top or bottom? Bottom. Okay, how do we find a equivalent fraction? I love it, Olive. I love it. Okay, let's just all do it together. To find an equivalent fraction, multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. So 4 times what is 8?
32.
4 times what is 8?
Oh.
4 times 2 is 8, so I need to do 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is? So 3/4 is equal to 6/8. And now it's easy to compare 7/8 to 6/8, which is greater? 7/8. Okay, it's like it would not even be math class recording a video if the internet didn't drop. I mean, it's just every day. Every day. Okay. It is. Okay, so I'm going to stop this